So I made a video yesterday and I captioned it, "Pray for Tinubu." And some of you will not even watch the video to the end before commenting. And some of you start raining curses, will be saying, "Pray for who? Tinubu, he put the problem on himself, blah, 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 blah." And some of you are saying, he should even buy, he should hand over, he should resign, he should do this, he should do that. Let me tell you guys one thing that you guys don't know. If Tinubu should buy today, God forbid bad thing that it should happen, because I'm not a fan of Tinubu, but I reject it. Say Tinubu should buy right now. If buy today, Tinubu died today. Do you know who is going to be your next president? It's Shettima, Kashim Shettima, the Fulani, Boko Haram sympathizer. He's the one. Shettima would be your problem, and that to tell you that Nigeria is finished. You guys that are making those comments there, I don't think you want Tinubu to buy, because if anything should happen to Tinubu now, Fulanis will take over. They will take over the government and they will cripple everything, because their agenda is to Islamize Nigeria, is to spread their Sharia, that stupid, evil Sharia across Nigeria, which will never happen. They will try, but they will never succeed. But if anything should happen to Tinubu today, a Fulani will be your president, and that is Shettima. Do you want Shettima to be your president? Do you want another Fulani president? I don't think you want that. So you should pray for Tinubu to be in good health, to be okay until the next presidential election. If he wins, so be it. If he does not win, we have another Southerner as a president. But until then, nothing should happen to Tinubu. Tinubu should not die. He should not fall sick. He should be in good health until the next election. So I thought to share this with you guys. God bless.
Today we examine reports surrounding the shocking arrest of a presidential chef over an alleged plot to poison President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, an incident that has prompted swift intervention by a special police squad and triggered heightened security measures within the presidential environment. According to preliminary information from security sources, the arrest followed intelligence alerts suggesting suspicious activities connected to food preparation procedures within restricted areas linked to presidential operations. Authorities moved quickly after receiving credible reports that indicated a possible threat to the safety of the president, leading to a coordinated investigation involving specialized security personnel tasked with protecting national leadership. Officials emphasized that the operation was carried out professionally and discreetly to avoid public panic, while ensuring that all potential risks were neutralized. The suspect, identified as a member of kitchen staff attached to presidential services, was reportedly taken into custody for questioning as investigators began examining evidence and verifying claims connected to the alleged poisoning attempt. Security agencies have urged the public to remain calm, stressing that the investigation remains ongoing and that allegations do not automatically imply guilt until due process.
Okay, I posted this video this morning and I encountered a number of reactions under my comment section, okay? You know, in that video, I was talking about the state of health of Mr. President as alleged, upon a source that's alleged that he might be battling with cancer. Of a truth, Tinubu has been, going up and down with his health. But the truth of the matter is that pray that nothing happens to that guy. I have said it before and I'm saying it now, because if anything happens to that guy, maybe then your tribalistic mind will correct. Maybe you will now have sense. One of the reactions on my comment section is this. This guy said, I didn't believe a day will come that I will pray for Tinubu not to die. What a life. Probably he might have been praying against him then when he saw the video I posted and he discovered that it will be more disastrous if anything happens to Tinubu. He had a change of heart. Okay, this one said, you guys should forget about politics at this stage. The best solution is division or referendum. Pray for Tinubu and Nigeria. Okay, that's right. Look, let's set the record straight. Okay, Tinubu is not a jihadist. Tinubu is not sponsoring terrorism. The only thing they see wrong in Tinubu, according to US, is that he's just trying to play politics with everything. That's just because he wanted to win the next election. So he's playing politics with it. But it's never part of whatever they are doing in the North. He has never been indicted. There was never any form of indictment on him that he was part of it or is part of it. Okay? Tinubu actually ruled Lagos for 8 years. There was never any day he agitated for Sharia establishment. After he left, 2 successors took over. Ambode is a Christian. Sanwo-Olu, the present governor of Lagos State, is a Christian, as recommended by the same Tinubu. He married to a wife, a Christian wife. Jihadists cannot do all of these things. You know the meaning of jihadists? People who kill other people for the sake of religion, and it is justified before them. You see, sometimes I just laugh when you see some tribal bigots telling you that you are campaigning for Tinubu, you are campaigning for APC. Are you okay? You think we are here just like you, that you are campaigning for ADC and APC? What concerns me with all of those nonsense? The difference between Tinubu and Adebayo Shitu, this guy said, if he becomes governor of Oyo State today, Adebayo Shitu said it, that he will establish Sharia law. There was never any record traced to Tinubu that is planning anything like that. There was never anyone. There was never any indictment as it is today from US that Tinubu wanted to establish Sharia law. The only thing is that he's trying to play politics with everything. That's all. I just left Mike Arnold's page, and he said the reason why he's going hard on Tinubu is that he's trying to play politics with everything, just because he's ambitious. So Shettima is no different. If Shettima take over that position today, Shettima will establish Sharia law, whether you like it or not. So we are talking about a global takeover. It's not about one Peter Obi win, Tinubu win. If Peter Obi wins today, Peter Obi cannot stop ISWAP, cannot stop Boko Haram, cannot stop ISIS, cannot stop Fulani militias from conducting their terrorism in the north. It can't stop them. Peter Obi will still work with Fulani regime. So the truth of the matter is that there is possibility that Tinubu might try as much as possible to retain power in the south, which will actually help us in the long run. This is not about campaign. So please remove that campaign, whatever, from your mind. Peter Obi might also win the election and do same. But as it is today, Peter Obi is working with the Fulanis. He's working with Atiku. He's working with El-Rufai. He's working with these people. And we know quite well that these people never liked the Igbos. We know quite well. The way Yoruba will relate with Igbos, the Fulani will never do the same. That is why they don't want this country to disintegrate. So that is the point I'm trying to make here. That there is high possibility that Tinubu might retain power in the south. But as it is today, I cannot say anything with Peter Obi, especially now that is with them in ADC.
Okay, some Fulani content creators will stitch this video and say I'm being sponsored by, I don't know, I'm being this and that. I'm not a Fulani. I'm a Fulani 100%. You can go and investigate my ethnic background. I'm a Fulani girl. Okay, and I want to say that put Fulani in power at your detriment. At your detriment, okay? And Ghanaians understood this fact. This is why they didn't allow them to be in strategic positions of power. They limit the kind of power. Of course, they involve them in politics and all that, but they don't hold significant amount of power in Ghana, and that is why they're angry. They're not angry because they're angry because Fulanis are not in a strategic position of power. Come and check the northern Nigeria where they hold significant amount of power. Look at the atrocities that is happening, and they are the one causing it all. Okay, go to the south. The southern Nigeria is not infested with banditry and massacres because Fulanis are not in power there. They are powerless there. They are there, but they don't hold any power there. And some people are saying Sankara is a Fulani because Sankara was a Fulani. Look at the atrocities they are causing in Mali. Look at the atrocities that, if not for Traore, who came and decided to stop them. Look. So yes, Fulanis are good when you don't allow them to be in strategic position of power. They're peaceful, lovely. Alright, the greatest sabotage you can ever do for yourself especially the South, I'm talking to you now, is to allow Fulanis to come, and they will come in the name of Islam, okay? This is what happened to the North. This is the strategy that Danfodio used, and they want to use that same strategy in Southwest. All right, they will say, oh, we are of the same the kind of Islam that Fulanis are practicing is not the one that you're practicing. No, that is why your side is peaceful and our side is chaotic. The recent massacre that happened in Kwara North, in Waro community, it was Islam. They came and they came to the community and said, okay, we want to preach Islam to do in a Muslim community. Are you joking with me right now? Are you kidding me? So yes, powerful Fulani entities are the problem. Bye.
Those of you who still don't read this game, who still don't see the big picture, who still think this is about Yoruba and Igbo, this is about party politics. I hate APC. Tinubu was a drug baron. Tinubu this and Tinubu that. I'm here to spell it out clearly for you. Your survival, your liberation, your freedom as a Southern Nigerian is tied to this man. Because Tinubu has gone so far already in his 2 years that there is no going back right now. If anything happens by chance and this man's government is toppled, through a coup, through elections, whatever, using insecurity to destabilize the country, whatever it is that causes this man to not complete his time as president, the southern part of this country can wave bye-bye to their freedom. Because he sat outside the corridors of power. He strategized. God knows for how many years. But I am so lucky, I am so happy to be witnessing this masterclass from Bola Tinubu. He has a plan. And that plan is to liberate southern Nigeria. Whether you want to believe it or not, that is the plan. During the campaign, the Fulanis were happy. Oh, Muslim ticket. It is time to Islamize Nigeria and there's nothing you can do about it. But I tell people, Tinubu is not even a serious Muslim. Let me tell you people now. He is not even a serious Muslim. He is more loyal to his roots than his religion. And that is how every sensible human being should be. And when he came in, what was his strategy? The first thing, unify the South. It doesn't matter what you people at the bottom are doing, quarreling about Igbo, Yoruba, and all of these things that you talk about. Minute things. I call it minute because it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. You fight yourselves over irrelevant things. But he came, he said, the people in power, unite them under one umbrella. These are the people I'm going to need. These other people, we're going to need them later, but not now. And you know how party politics works in Nigeria. Once a governor moves to a party, everybody follows him. House of Reps members, House of Assembly members, everybody follows him. That is how they move. And everybody started moving to the APC. People were quarreling with one party system, one party state. The Fulanis, because whenever I say not, just know it's the Fulanis. The Fulanis have played dirty for years. And finally, we also have someone who can play dirty. So having the backing of 17 states, plus the FCT, is crucial. Because the reforms, the structural changes that we have to do, we know the people who are going to kick against them. They're not. They say they have 19 states. So that difference in numbers is what has been used to decide fates in this country. It's what has been used to make political, declarations, to make political judgments. And when it comes down to the South, even after the North is united in their own stance, because they're always united somehow, even when they are the ones dying, they are always united. You come to the South and everybody is quarreling. This one say I'm PDP, this one say I'm APC, this one say I'm this one say I'm that. Tinubu said, enough of that. Even the people who are still not in APC, don't mind the fact that they are not in APC. They understand exactly what is going on too. They are all unified under one umbrella. And when Tinubu has successfully unified 17 southern states, the North still has the advantage. But there is a joker. And that joker is the Middle Belt. And when Tinubu is done, when Tinubu gets the middle, we are going to get the Middle Belt. There is nothing the Fulanis can do about this. Tinubu is a master player. He knows this game more than you people. No matter what you want to do, you are not going to succeed. Because you have been killing the Middle Belt. You only know them during elections. You have been killing them. So once they get another option, a stronger force, a unified force, of course they are going to go down there. Of course they are going to want to, secure their own lives. So once we get that, then you will see reforms in this country. You will see reforms in this country. We are going to restructure this country. There is nothing that we want to do in this country that we are not going to be able to do once we annex the Middle Belt politically. It's coming. Just watch and see. I know they are regretting. Every day they wake up from their sleep, they are regretting. Why did we support this man? But he deceived them with the Muslim ticket. Just because he's a fearless man also, his fearlessness led him to choose that ticket because that was his best chance to win. And the Fulanis were, oh yes, the Muslim ticket. But that was a decoy. Today they are regretting. All of them packed themselves to ADC. I pity any Southerner who is in that ADC thinking there's something there for him. That is a Fulani extension. There is nothing there for you. You better leave. And even if 1 million of you gather, you cannot defeat this man. Not because he's going to wriggle, but even if he does, it's not really my business. But before 2027, majority of the South, their eyes will be open and they will see what this president is trying to do. And there are so many reasonable people. So people are going to turn. And when the South unifies, it's over for you people. Because you keep talking about population. You have numbers. And so do we. It's just that people here are not interested. But if you allow them to see that this is where our interest lies, I know there are so many reasonable people who are going to turn. So what number are you talking about? How many people even vote in election in Nigeria? Last time was 25 million. So are there no more than 25 million people in the South? So just go to bed.
Good day to our viewers all over the world and welcome back to Local Journal. We've listened to what Nigerians are saying already. They are saying that there is urgent need to pray for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, not for the fact that they like him or they like his administration or they are saying that he has done anything significant to pray for him or whatsoever. But all they are saying is that they don't want a Fulani man to take over this country again because of what we've experienced under the government of President Muhammadu Buhari. Of course, we know that the problem we are facing today, the problem the middle belt is facing today, the problem a vast majority of Nigerians are facing today, spur from under this man's regime, his inability to control, to curtail the excesses of his people, and his quest for jihad and to his support for jihad and his free will given to his brothers to infiltrate every part of the south and the north to cause mayhem, to cause chaos, has brought us to this place we are today. Nobody is trying to exonerate Tinubu because he was also part of the people that brought late President Buhari to power. So there is no way we are going to exonerate him from it. But the fact that he is the president now and the deputy president we have is a man with questionable allegation and so many question marks around him, there is no way Nigerians would prefer having that man as the president. So of course, this is the reason why Nigerians are saying that we should all pray for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to ensure he finishes his administration. If it's probably maybe during the till end of his administration or after the election, and another Southerner wins the election and probably maybe he resigns, or that's a perfect one. But like saying or praying that something happens to him while he's still the president, and we know the constitution of Nigeria permits the vice president to take over if anything happens to the president. So that's going to be a very bad one, and it's going to be a very bad omen for Nigeria and for the south and the middle belt at large. So of course, everybody needs to pray for him and to pray he finishes his administration hale and hearty without any problem. Nobody is saying that they like his administration. Nobody is saying that we are praising his administration. He's not even doing anything. Of course, for myself personally, I don't think he has done anything that is worth re-electing him. We're not even talking about re-election here. We're talking about him finishing his 4-year term hale and hearty, so that nothing happens to him and so that there won't be any vacuum for the vice president to fill and to assume the presidency or to assume the post of the president again. And that's the reason why Nigerians are saying that they should pray for him, that nothing happens to him. So of course, I actually think that this is a good one. This is a very nice initiative, and I also pray in that regard that nothing happens to him and that he finishes his tenure well without any problem. This is my opinion. Drop what you think about this in the comment section, and if this is your first time to visit our channel, please kindly like, share and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.